Good evening from New York. I'm Selwyn Collins, your host of CWS Journeys. Welcome to another edition of CWS Journeys. I am going to bring this amazing young lady on screen and just get right into it. Her name is Colby Christina. Congratulations have been resonating around the world for Colby Christina, who has joined the ranks of such talents as Kerry Washington, Sonali Latham, and Denzel Washington by winning the coveted Adelco Rising Star Award for her triple threat performance as Alice in the stage to TV production, The Liberation of Mother Goose. The Adelco Awards are held November annually, and they are the only formally established awards presented to the Black theatre community and are revered as the Black Tony Awards. Just 14, Colby has been labeled a formidable triple threat nationally and internationally. To her credit, she has accomplished many firsts in the arts and in academia by being skipped one academic grade and will complete high school at the age of 16. I could go on and on because this young lady is so amazing. She's very young and she has accomplished so much. So let me just start by saying good evening, Christina, Colby, and welcome to CWS Journeys.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
You are most welcome. What do you usually agree with when people close to you describe you?
Most people say that I'm very humble. Like, I don't like to brag about my accomplishments. For example, Saturday I was assisting a dance class at my dance school, and my teacher, she was talking to the students, and she was talking about my accomplishments, and they were like, "Oh, I never knew that she did all this. I just thought she was just an assistant here, and she just loves dancing." They didn't know everything else about me. So most people say when I'm out and about, they're like, "She's very humble. I would have never known." So people mostly say that all the time.
Give us a glimpse of growing up at age 9. What was it like? What do you remember about that?
At age 9?
Mm-hmm.
Age 9, what was I doing at age 9? I was enrolled in dance class. Well, I was enrolled in dance class at the age of 2. So I've been at the dance academy I'm 14 now, so this is 12 years. I'm going to turn 15, so it's about to be 13 years. So I've been there for a pretty long time. At age 9, I was doing dancing, singing, acting. Actually, at the age of 9, I was in my room, surprisingly, and the Disney Channel was on. And there was a sing-along session on TV, and I was supposed to be in bed. So I tried to be really quiet because my mom was downstairs working, and I just got carried away. I just started hitting high notes and things like that. My mom never knew I could sing. She just knew that I was dancing and acting. So as soon as she heard that, she was like, "Colby, come down here right now." I was like, "Oh no, I'm in trouble." So I went downstairs, and she was like, "Was that you singing?" And I was like, "Yes." And then she called my brother, because my brother is also in the entertainment industry, the music industry. And he was like, "You should enroll her in vocals." So ever since then, I've been singing and acting since little and dancing since little. So yeah.
When you first started dancing, that's young too.
Yes.
Let's go in between. Let's go to age 6. What did you enjoy about dancing around that age? Did you ever get tired of dancing, or what was it like for you?
Never. I was never tired of dancing ever. Like I said, at age 2, I was enrolled in dance because ever since I would be at home and I would just be twirling around, and my god sister's Sweet 16, I would just dance all the time. Nobody could take me off the dance floor. And as soon as I get home, it will be the same thing, just dancing constantly. So ever since age 6, at 6 years old, I was taking about 6 dance classes already. So I had ballet and modern and African and tap and hip hop and praise. So at 6, I was just having fun. I wanted to do it all.
At 9, what was your favorite type of dance?
Age 9. I would say modern, because modern is a medium. Modern can incorporate African and modern can incorporate ballet. So I would say modern because you get the best of both worlds.
If you had to choose one to be your most comfortable, which one would you choose?
Most comfortable. Probably modern.
Modern.
Yes.
Wow. When you're dancing, or when you go on stage, just before you start to dance, before you make the first step, what is usually going through your mind?
Me just having fun.
Fun.
Like engaging the crowd. That's one thing that makes me comfortable when I'm on stage. I want to make sure the crowd feels what I feel. So I like, especially in dancing, I engage the audience. Like there's this one praise piece that I do, and at the end, I clap and I get people dancing on their feet, and I have them stand up and I have them dance with me. So it's kind of like I just don't traditional performances. People are just like sitting there, and then at the end you clap. Like I like people in the middle or in the beginning, just like excited and like ready to see what I have to offer.
When did you start doing this, Christina? And what actually prompted that?
Like I said, I was just like tired of like going to performances and people are like really stiff, sitting. Like they're like, oh, that's nice, and then at the end there's applause, applause, applause. I was like, to me, I like the traditional way, but I feel like in the new day, new year, whatever, you need to like hype it up a little bit instead of just having the same old, same old.
Do you ever get nervous?
Not really. Like when I first started out, like when I first started dancing at the age of 2, I was terrified because I wasn't used to having like other kids around me dancing. It was just me in my own world, and I didn't care what was going on. So the classes were an hour when I was 2, and I would just like cry the first 30 minutes in the corner with I was still in a bottle and Pampers, so I was the youngest out of everybody. And then the next 30 minutes I would dance. And then as soon as I get home, I would dance. My mom was like, no, you should have done it at the studio. So it took me about 6 months. I know that seems like a long time. It took me 6 months to get off my nerves when I was 2, but that's like normal. And then ever since then, I've just loved it.
You know, we talk about this later. You do a lot in encouraging other young people to in education and to dance and all these things. When you reflect, and you know, you're so young, and I'm talking about reflection, but anyway, I want to ask this question. When you reflect on your path, your dance trajectory, how much do you credit your parents, your mom, for introducing you to dance at such an early age?
Every time, pretty much. Like, if you look me up or whatever, like any acceptance speech I give, I always thank God. Then I thank my parents, my mom, for showing me how to be a business woman and being a complete package, and like knowing how to, just deliver myself in a positive way and not seem like arrogant about it. Because I know a lot of like some celebrities, I would say like a few here and there, they're like arrogant about their accomplishments, and that's not really me. So I'm just humble about myself.
What is your favorite thing to remember, or your favorite memory about your parents during those, or like when you were 9, 10? What do you like to think about?
For my mom, when I was younger, I never knew my mom could sing. So that's when my brother was still living in the house at the time. My brother's 29 now. My brother was still living in the house. We had those little cassette tapes, and I was like, these are really old. Like, do they even still work? And he put it in, and he was like, just listen to this. There's this lady singing or whatever. And I was like, he put it in. It was at church. It was at a church, and this lady was singing. And I was like, oh my goodness, she was really good. And he was like, guess who's that? I was like, who? He was like, that's Mom. I was like, really? You're kidding. Like, my mom it has an amazing voice. And then going back to my great-great-grandmother, Estella Joyner, people say she had a voice like a hummingbird. So, like, the vocals passed down, and that's how I was blessed with the gift of singing. And for my father's father was the lead singer for the group of the Platters. So,
really?
Yes. Just music has been in my family for like a long period of time. Like my grandfather, he hasn't like singing, but like every here and there, I hear him like carry a tune and things like that. And I've just been surrounded by people who just been singing.
What does this mean to you? If you had to tell your friends or, talk about your family and being part of this rich history of music and performance, how would you describe your feeling or your relationship to that?
I'm just like, to explain it to my friends, like, I'm just very grateful that I was blessed with this kind of family, because a lot of kids, they're like, I've seen it too at my dance school, like kids are forced to take classes because the mothers, of course, they want what's best for their kid, but maybe dancing isn't what they want to do. Like a lot of kids are like, I don't really want to be here. I want to do painting. I want to do like sculpture or different things like that. I'm like, well, you should tell like your parents that's what you want to do. So for my friends, I just like tell them, do you, basically. Do what you want to do. Don't do what you see everybody else do. Like, there was this little girl that came up to me in my dance school, and she's been following everything that I've done. And she's like, I want to be like you so badly. And I stopped her right there. I was like, you may want to like aspire and like look up to me, but I don't want you to be exactly like me. Like, be you. Do what you want to do.
Words of wisdom. I've met your mom. I had the privilege of speaking with her several times, and she's quick, and and she's on top of things, and I really admire and respect that from her. What words of wisdom or favorite phrase she uses that resonate with you or help you to get through a tough part, a tough spot?
In most of my speeches, I always tend to incorporate each one teach one, and we must lift as we climb. Actually, my great-great-grandfather, Abram Joyner, that quote, I know it's been used other places, but he just drilled that in his children and like their children and their children. It passed down to me, and now me and my brother were passing it down to my niece and nephew. So that pretty much two quotes combined,
Yes.
words of wisdom, are like kind of what I think of all the time.
And I was going to ask you about him later, and I'm glad you brought him up. But there's a part of it that talks about, lifting people, sort of empowering people.
Yes.
And you do that in your in your outreach, your community work and motivational speakers,
Yes.
people. How important is that to you to empower others?
To me, in this world, it's not just you, and there's others to like grow from that. So a lot of times I see that people, they just want, for example, an acting role. An older lady, she may have her role, but they won't share information to others. So a lot of the times I see that, and like nowadays people don't really want to help each other. Like, I just don't understand why. But me, I like, at my dance school, I stay there from 9 a.m. all the way till 9 p.m. just because I like to empower and strengthen and like help those behind me.
You've been dancing for a while,
Yes.
and you've danced on Broadway and off-Broadway and all these amazing venues. What are three sets of discipline you have? What are three things you stick by?
Stick by in dancing. My teachers always taught me that you have to be very well-rounded in the dance industry, because you will go to an audition, and I'm able to, but some others aren't able to, and it's unfortunate that like they favor one, let's say, genre of dance over the other, and you have to be like very well-rounded. So in an audition, you may have like the ballet and the modern and the African, but out of nowhere you may have to do a tap piece. So I'm glad that my teachers and where like I dance and everything, that they tell me that.
Who are some dancers you admire?
Oh, there's a long list. starting with my own kind of first teacher, Karen Thornton. She's been traveling all over the world, Broadway, off-Broadway, TV, film, different things like that. Who else? Jamal Barnes. He's amazing. Misty Copeland, I would say, since she's like the first black ballerina at ABT. So that's a huge accomplishment for like black dancers.
Yeah.
So that really stands for something to us. Who else? For Dance Africa, Baba Chuck Davis. He's the artistic director. Well, he was the artistic director, but he still is to me, of Dance Africa. And now this year, it's Baba Abdel Salam. He's taking over. Those, I would say 5, I think I said.
Yeah.
They're like the ones I really look up to.
Wow. The guy, well, the original director or the previous director of Dance Africa, right? What was his last name?
Baba Chuck Davis.
Bobby Chuck Davis.
Yes.
What is it in his style that really resonates with you?
He's just like, he's a thinker. Like he likes to have fun. He makes everybody seem like a family. Anytime Dance Africa comes around, like you can ask anybody who's been in Dance Africa or has seen it. It's like an exciting time. Each year we have a troupe come from Africa, and we join with them in different pieces. Like this year is Senegal, and I'll be dancing with the dancers from Senegal this year. So just his vision is so broad that like some people think it won't be able to happen, but somehow it happens. Like he makes sure to like get whatever he has on his head on the dance floor, and that's the same thing that Baba Abdel has. They have big visions and big imaginations, and like some people think that imagination, like you can't make it happen in real life, but somehow they make sure it happens. So that's what I really enjoy
What
about
still
them.
surprises you about yourself in dancing?
Me in dancing, what surprises me in dancing?
What still surprises you? I mean, like, you know, about yourself.
About myself, how I'm able to manage all these different things. Like people always ask me, "Are you tired?" I'm like, "No, not really."
You have the blessing of youth.
Yeah.
And it's like, yes.
Yeah.
And also passion.
Yes.
Right.
That definitely
you
drives
mentioned
me.
something. You mentioned the word, and believe it or not, when I asked you about, you know, how do you feel about being in this family, this gifted family, and so on, and I was thinking that word, and you said it, and it really, you know, really pleased my heart when you said you're grateful.
Yeah.
Because gratitude is such a very important thing.
Yes.
And you know, you are a dove, and just continue flying while you go home. If you were to eavesdrop your parents telling a stranger about you,
Oh, it's happened.
how do you think each of them would describe you? Let's start with mom.
My mom, she's a businesswoman. So she goes straight for, here's the card. Hi, like, I'm mom. This is Colby Christina. This is my daughter. She's an actress, dancer, and singer. We would love to keep in contact with you. So she's, like, very good with that. And then as she gets to know the person, then it's kind of like a family. Like, talking to my mom is very warm.
Yes.
I just don't know. Like, some people are just like, I don't know. It's just so easy to talk to her. So, yeah, that's my mom.
And Dad, how would you describe?
Dad, my dad, when we're out, he's mostly the photographer.
Oh.
So he doesn't talk to the business people as much, but when he does, like, he's just like, yeah, my daughter, like, you see her, that's my daughter up there. So yeah, we have like a very fun time, my dad and my mom.
Yeah, that's really smart.
You made history at your school for being the first to successfully audition for all 3 studios, dance, drama, vocal, at the LaGuardia School of Performing Arts. And then the first student in the history of the Restoration Youth Arts Academy to successfully complete everything as a true triple threat. Well, how does it feel when you hear your accomplishments, and what does it mean to you when you were described as a true triple threat?
to me, it seems real, but it doesn't seem like I've done all these things because I'm still very young. Like, I'm only 14, and when people, like, read my bio, like, certain events, I'm like, that's very long. I did all that. Like, that seems like a lot of things.
Yeah.
And being a triple threat, it's great. Like I said, I'm grateful for, like, being blessed by God with all these gifts. So, yes. I just learned to, like, accept it and be like, what happened, like what God had made happen, it happened. So I'm excited.
These three studios, right? Dance, drama, vocal.
Yeah.
If you had to choose one, where would you go?
Well, that's an easy question. Drama, because there's musical theater, and musical theater you can dance and sing. So yeah, I basically still be doing all three. So yeah. Musical theater.
Well, that's good. What is the message you hope other young girls get from your stellar accomplishments in academics and the performing arts?
Just be yourself. Don't follow the wrong crowd because there are others out there that don't want to see you be successful. So you have to be independent and aim for what you're going for, not what everybody else is going for. Like, don't be like everybody else. Be yourself, because being yourself is going to get you much further than being who you want to be with somebody else.
You have a packed schedule.
Yes.
You do a lot.
Yes.
You're busy. Okay. Do you have a lot of friends and time to play and hang out with friends?
Definitely.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It seems surprising, but yes. For example, like, I just went to a Sweet 16 on Saturday with my friends, so we spent the whole night together dancing and different things like that. I definitely have time, especially during school. School, like, the environment is very, everybody does, like, sing or dance or, like, draw or paint or different things like that. So there's definitely time for fun. I definitely have fun all the time. Like, I go shopping with friends, we go to the movies, go see shows. So there's definitely time for leisure.
Alright, you're 14.
Yes.
We know teenagers. We know 14 and 15 year. We know, we've been there. Where did you get this discipline from and this work ethic?
Just watching others, like, the director at the Restoration Center for Arts and Culture at the dance school that I attend, Miss Peggy Alston, she's just shown me what it means to be an artist, pretty much. So, like, definitely watching others and seeing the way they handle things and, like, their talents and, like, what they do, I definitely, like, learn from that.
I'm going to step out on a limb here, and I'm going to try to be a little bit presumptuous by asking you your relationship to your goals, what you want to accomplish. You know, I presume a great dancer or a performer. How married are you to your craft, to your goals? How married are you?
I'm, like, very connected with it. Like, people say dance is life, or acting is life, or singing is life. That's not really me. Like, I live and breathe this every day. So, like, I feel like the performing arts will never leave me, and I definitely don't want to leave it. Like, for some way, whatever I do later on in life, the arts will definitely be incorporated into it.
You're brilliant, Colby. I mean, we can't deny that. There's evidence, right? What is your favorite subject?
Favorite subject? I would say dance, because dance is the subject at my school. But if I had to choose, it definitely would be English or science.
Or science?
Yes.
What is your most challenging?
Most challenging? I don't think I have, like, challenges, but the one that requires the most work is probably history. But I definitely, like, love history because my mom.
Something, Colby, I gotta sit here and tell you that I like the way you took my question and just rephrase it. Oh, I just love it. Oh, you know, you're scoring a lot of points with me. Go ahead with your bad self. So history, right?
History.
Oh Oh, I love this. I love this. I can't think of challenges, but the one that that's good. That's good. Tell us about winning the Odelco Rising Star Award and why you believe you stood out.
Oh my gosh, this gets me so excited when I talk about this. So in 2014, I believe, I did the lead role of Alice in The Liberation of Mother Goose.
Mm-hmm.
And ever since then, work has been coming in. So when I got the Adelco Award, I saw so many like faces and like actors, and I was just like, when that was like my first Adelco. So when I saw everybody was just like so welcoming and just like, they were just like, "Hi, Colby, can I get a picture?" I'm like, I was used to the pictures,
Right.
but that night it was just like very intense. Like it was just flash, flash, flash all over. I'm very, like I said, I'm grateful that I got this award, because without this award, like, I don't think I would have accepted the fact that I was like good, I guess. People were just like, "Oh my gosh, like you're one of the youngest. Like, do you know who's gotten this award?" And then I did my research and I saw Denzel Washington's name. I saw Shana Latham. I saw Kerry Washington. I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is like the big deal."
It's fascinating.
So
Congratulations.
yeah, thank you.
Very, very fascinating. And when you got it, when you were receiving this award, do you remember what you were present at the time? What was going through your mind?
I just wanted to like thank everybody, pretty much. I know my speech when I got the award was a little long,
Yeah.
but I just had to, like, I wouldn't like be happy if I didn't get that off my head. So I thank God, I thank my mom, I thank my grandparents, I thank my godparents, I thank my teachers, I thank my fellow cast members. I was just like thanking everybody. So yeah.
How very important is discipline? Is rehearsing? Is yeah? How very important?
I remember when we were doing the Liberation of Mother Goose, the rehearsals were very intense. Like, it was during the school year. So after school, I got out of school at 3 o'clock. And after that, I just had to, I think I was in school in Brooklyn at the time. I was still in middle school. And after that, I had to run straight to restorations for rehearsals. And rehearsals would last from like 4 to like 11. And then when it'd be time to go, the director actually was the same director that's going to be for Dance Africa, Abdel Salam. So he was the director for the play, and he's a night person.
Mm-hmm.
So it could end at 9:30. He'd be like, "Yeah, I need her for like 30 more minutes more." That would turn into an hour or 2 more hours. So the rehearsals were intense, but the product that came out of it was stellar.
Is there a particular career? It seems silly me asking you this question, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Is there a particular career you want to pursue when you grow up?
It's probably definitely performing arts.
Performing arts.
But everybody says you need something to fall back on. So I've been looking into law or dentistry. So, and actually, the funny thing about dentistry is that when my mom and I, we were going through like our family tree, and we saw that like way back, there was a great, I don't remember how many greats of a grandfather, but he was a dentist. And ever since I learned that, I was like, whoa, like what hasn't my family like done? Like what haven't they like, besides like the singing and dancing, acting, like I had no idea. But now I'm looking into law, like my aunt's a lawyer, and my mom's a doctor. So like I'm getting confused between going to medical or law. Yeah.
In 2014, you became a freshman in high school. What was your first day like?
First day of freshman year. I was very excited. It was definitely an adjustment from middle school. Plus I'm the youngest out of everybody. So like I see everybody, they're like having their Sweet 16s. I'm like, my Sweet 16 is not going to be till I'm a junior.
Wow.
And like when you're a senior, you get to drive. I won't be able to drive because you have to be 17 in driving. Plus, my birthday's late in the year, at the end of the school year in May. So I definitely don't get the same opportunities as everybody else, but it doesn't even like, I don't even think about that anymore. I just think about like having a good time and like making my high school years the best.
What surprised you about high school?
How nice everybody was. Like, I thought everybody was just gonna be like, I didn't think there was gonna be as much fun. But for some way in my school, they make everything very like happy. Like last week we had our retreat for just all the sophomores, and we were just able to just talk and play games and just have a good time.
When do you usually study?
I usually study straight. Okay, that's a funny question because you would think I would never be able to study, but I am able to study. Like Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays are kind of my off days from the arts, which is surprising. But there may be a few here and there. It's like I have to like keynote an event or do a rehearsal. But Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I normally stay after school, go to like extra help or anything, or just go straight home and just do my homework, knock it out, and then I'll probably have a script to review after that. So
one more question, I promise, a quick one, and then we take a break. Take a quick break. Also in 2014, and July to be exact, you became an advocate and spokesperson, so to speak, for STEAM, science, technology, engineering, arts, and math. Describe a typical experience speaking to other young people about education.
Education is definitely important. I know people hear that a lot, but like you can never say it enough. Like it's just true. Especially for when you're an artist, you definitely just don't want to like focus straight on the arts. You definitely need your education, like I said, to like be a backup or like a plan B. But education is definitely important, and I can't like say it enough. I did an event, a STEAM event, and we just brought in like, it was about 40 girls. It was my first event, so we brought about 40 girls from across Long Island, and we were just talking about like the way women aren't really in that many fields. Like we were surprised that like there aren't that many scientists, there aren't many engineers. They're like it was just everything, like whether they weren't enough jobs for them or their pay or just anything. Yeah.
Let's take a break.